Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Biking Roots, to the channel, and to Texas. We just got a shipment in. Sorry. Before I say that, I apologize about my voice. I'm a little bit, I've got some allergies or possibly a cold, so my voice is a little bit off. So I apologize. So FedEx just delivered some new bikes today that we're going to talk about. All right, San Quentin 3 in medium and a San Quentin 2 in medium. I know, you're probably saying another San Quentin video. Well, these are exciting. This is the 2 and the 3. The other videos were on the 1. If you haven't seen those, I will link them below if you want to see the San Quentin 1 video. Today, we're going to focus on the San Quentin 2 and the 3. And yeah, they just all been showing up the last few weeks. So they're new, so I want to talk about them so you can get a feel for these new bikes that had a redesign. So that's why we've been talking about them a lot. I promise we're not going to spend the whole year talking about San Quentins. So Tim and Jared are still at school. I know they'd rather be here, but they're stuck at school. So I'm gonna start building these and we'll see if I finish before they get here. We're gonna start with the San Quentin 3 since this is a customer's bike and he is waiting for it. All right, almost done building up the San Quentin 3. It looks pretty sweet. Nope, you can't see it yet. Well, you kind of saw it on the time lapse already, but I'll show you in a second. But first, I got to build up the San Quentin 2, and then we'll show both of them. Sound good? All right. What's up? I got a surprise for you.
That 3 looks sick.
So Jared just saw the new San Quentins. I haven't showed the viewers yet what they look like. So you're getting, top secret. Yep, top secret. So we'll show them. Oop,
halfway?
We'll show them in a second. Just kidding. I'm going to do the unveil in just a sec.
I honestly might like the 2 better than the 3.
Really? Okay.
I don't know. They both look sick.
Okay, here she is, the new 2023 Marin San Quentin 3. All right, what do you guys think of the color? I think it looks pretty cool in this white to black fade. It looks really nice. We'll talk about the frame and the specs. But there it is. All right, so I'll go over the specs and features of the 3, and then we'll talk about the 2 over there. And we'll show the 1, the 2, and the 3 together. Okay, but first, the big change from the San Quentin 1 to the 3 is the frame. So the San Quentin 2 and the 3 use a Series 3 aluminum, which is lighter than the San Quentin 1. You have your same 64-degree head tube angle. You have your 77-degree seat tube angle, which is the same. The rear is different, that you have a through axle in the back instead of the quick release that's found on the San Quentin 1. It also has, new for 23, is your UDH derailleur hanger, which is nice. So this is 148 millimeter boost spacing in the back. So this makes it nice. Compared to the 1, you can upgrade wheels a lot easier. With the 1, you really can't do any wheel upgrades, but on the 3, you can. You also find the cable routing is similar to the new Rift Zones. The way they route the cable, they go up underneath here. The dropper comes up right there. And yeah, this is a 150 millimeter dropper, and you can slam it all the way down so you can get it nice and low. So this is a size medium, but yeah, you can get it nice and low for doing your jumps or just getting it out of the way, which is nice. All right, starting in the front. New for 23, instead of the RockShox Revelation from last year, now you get a Marzocchi Bomber Z2, which is basically a Fox 34 with the rail damper in it. Very nice fork. I've ridden these on various bikes over the years. Very smooth, very plush. It's a good fork. 140 millimeters of travel for the 3 instead of 130. So you get extra 10 mil of travel. You have your compression knob here, and then you have your rebound adjustment over here. As far as the cranks, these are 170 millimeter FSA Comet with a 30 tooth narrow wide chainring. and that's mated to in the back. Instead of last year you had a Shimano Dior 12-speed cassette. This year you get a Sunrace, which I'm not super thrilled about, but it should be fine. This is an 1151 tooth cassette, and it's paired with an Slx Derailleur, which a bit of an upgrade there. You will notice online the specs are a little bit different than what we're going to talk about today. I don't know if it's going to be like that on all the bikes or this one, but online it says it comes with a Dior. Clearly this is an SLX, so it could be a part shortage issue, or they decided to go with these derailleurs. Either way, SLX is a little bit better than the Dior, so that's good. As far as the wheels and hubs, these are just Marin branded 148 millimeter wheels, and in the front as well, Marin branded hub. These are tubeless ready. As far as tires, this is one thing that's different online. They say that it comes with Assagais, and they used to come with Assagais, but clearly these are V-Tire Attack Top 40 compound. Tubeless ready tires. These actually, I don't think I've ridden these maybe. I can't remember. A little bit less aggressive than the Assagai, which is actually probably a good thing for Houston area trails. The Assagai is very aggressive for our trails. So you have a 27.5 by 2.5 in the front, and also in the rear as well. All right, with brakes, you have the Shimano 4-piston M420s mated with the 4100 levers, which I've used these before. They have them on various bikes, and they work pretty well. They have the longer lever than like your SLX or XT brakes, but they work fine. You have a 203 millimeter center lock rotor in the front, and then you have a 180 millimeter center lock rotor in the rear. On the medium, you get a 150 millimeter Trans-X dropper, and the lever this year is actually a Shimano, and they use the iSpec system, so they have that. I think they had that on last year's as well, so you have integrated mount for your dropper lever and your brake. Same with the shifter here. You have a Dior shifter and integrated iSpec. 780 millimeter bars with just generic lock-on grips. All right, Marin made for fun. So there's the specs on the new San Quentin 3. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you like the color? Do you like the specs? So these run $19.99 for this version. And so it's a pretty good jump, basically double the price from the San Quentin 1. Obviously a lot of that is going to be in the fork, in the drivetrain, and in the brakes. And in the frame. You get a lighter frame as well that has the latest standards. So it's a big difference from that one versus the $1,000 San Quentin 1. All right, so what if 2,000 is a little too much for you, but you want something a little bit nicer than the one? Well, we have the San Quentin 2. So let's talk about that one. All right, here's the 2023 Marin San Quentin 2. This is also in a size medium. So you got the 2 there. The frame's going to be identical to the San Quentin 3, as I mentioned earlier. So it's lighter, it's a Series 3 aluminum, so a little bit better frame than the San Quentin 1, which is nice. It's kind of a blue-gray to the black fade, and then with the teal Marin. Got the bear there, and made for fun on the bottom there. All right, let's talk specs. So these are $14.99, so $500 premium over the 1, but you're saving $500 from the 3. So what do you get for $1,500? Let's talk about it. So new for 2023, you actually, this surprised me. I must have glanced over the specs or didn't see it, but instead of the RockShox Recon, which was found in the last previous generations, you now get a RockShox 35, and this is the 35 silver. And what stood out immediately, I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't an air fork. So I missed that in the specs. This is actually a coil fork. So yes, the San Quentin 1 also has a coil, but this coil isn't very good. This one actually feels pretty good. RockShox, they make a good quality coil fork. I don't know what these run on their own, but yeah, so what does that mean? Well, you don't have an air spring. You have springs in here, metal springs, and then you do have some rebound adjustment under here. So I'm honest, I'm not super familiar with this coil. I've ridden and heard about the RockShox 35, but I didn't know they had a coil. Same amount of travel as the 3, 140 millimeters is what is spec'd. It feels good. It's probably heavier than it's definitely going to be heavier than an air fork. So I'm not exactly sure why they went this route, possibly due to cost, I don't know, but that's the fork. For the cranks, you have 170 millimeters. This is just like the Rift Zone 1, so you can't remove this chain ring. 32 tooth, and that's mated to an 11 speed. So instead of a 12, you get an 11 speed cassette, which is a Sunrace 1151. So you still have a ton of range with a Dior clutch derailleur. But you do get the UDH derailleur hanger, which is nice in the back. And this is a through axle, just like the San Quentin 3. So easy to upgrade wheels. Marin branded saddle with 150 millimeter Trans-X dropper, which this is actually nicer than last year's. They had kind of it was a Trans-X, but it was really it wasn't very smooth. So this one feels a lot better. Normal generic lever, which isn't great, but it's a little bit better than last year's, I feel. 780 millimeter bars, same grips as the 3. All right, for brakes, you get the standard Shimano MT201s. Kind of the normal brakes you'll find on like the base Rift Zones and a lot of other Marin products. This is mated to a center lock 180 millimeter. These are resin only rotors, unfortunately, but that's what they are. You don't need an adapter on this one because the minimum rotor on this RockShox 35 is 180 millimeters. So in the back, same Shimano MT201s, 180 millimeter center lock resin only rotor. All right, and for tires, you got your V tires as well. These are the Flow Snaps non-tubeless ready. So if you want to go tubeless, you're gonna have to change your tires. These are 27 by 2.6 in the front and same in the back. So it's the MPC compound. So it's not the tacky compound, but same tires that you'll find on the San Quentin 1. All right, what do these guys weigh? Well, we weighed the San Quentin 2. I'll show that in a second. All right, weight of the San Quentin 2 medium with the cheap pedals, 33.5. And the weight on the San Quentin 3 with cheap pedals, 30.55 pounds. So pretty significant difference. Good amounts in the fork, the drivetrain, I think in the tires as well. You save some weight over the spec on the San Quentin 2. So here are the San Quentins all lined up together. San Quentin 1, would you have that one? Or would you go to the San Quentin 2? Or are you a San Quentin 3 kind of person? And if you don't like the specs on this one, you can also order the frame, only on the San Quentin 3. It runs $549, and you can build up your own. So tell me what you guys think. Which one would you have? I'm going to ask the guys, actually, because I don't know which one. Okay, Jared, which one would you choose if you had your own money right now? San Quentin 1, 2, or the 3?
The white on the 3 looks really good, but
Okay.
I kind of like the 2, because if you know me, my bike is always dirty, so the white wouldn't be white for very long.
That is a good point. And Tim?
Probably the 2. I like the
The
colors
2?
on it. Well, I do like the spec of the 3,
Yeah.
but the 2 frame. Probably.
2 frame?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, there you have it. All right, there they are, San Quentin 3 and the 2. All right, guys, well, there's a quick spec video on the new Marin San Quentin 2 and the 3. I think they look pretty cool. They should sell pretty well, I think. The San Quentin's a popular bike for those that are looking to jump and have an aggressive time out on the trail. Well, let me know what you think of the new San Quentins. If you have any questions, let me know below how it compares to other bikes, if you're going to get one. If you're local to Houston, come check them out. Well, that's going to wrap up today's video. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button for us. Helps out the channel. And if you want to subscribe to our channel and see more from us, we would appreciate that as well. So I hope you guys are doing well. See you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.